The Diecast International Builders have invited the community to join them in celebrating the life of Opa by doing a community build. For this build, I chose this very well played with, very much loved obviously, Tootsietoy Model B casting. It's not in the best of shape, but it's a Tootsie toy. On this one, the axles had rusted completely through. And you wouldn't think it'd be that tough to get them out of there. I wanted to keep the wheels. I didn't want to put fancy wheels on this. I wanted to keep this as much of an original Tootsie toy as possible, yet detail the heck out of it, if that makes sense. And Opa always said it was all in the details. And so that's what I wanted to do with this build. So keeping those wheels was important to me. I didn't realize how much of a battle it was going to be. And I really didn't want to have to get a tetanus shot. So I tried to be as careful as possible taking these wheels off. They were beat to hell. Really worn around the axles and stuff, but they end up cleaning up okay, and I think you'll like what I end up doing with them. But I got them off of there and was careful to remove the centers out of the wheels, and then I put the casting in Citrustrip, and yeah, even coming out of the Citrustrip, it didn't take all the paint off, and it was beat to hell. Hit it with the wire wheel on the Dremel. And that helped quite a bit. It got rid of the paint that didn't come off. It shined it up a little bit. But the Tootsie Toy castings often are just so rough. And this one had some little metal flaking problems in some areas. But I filed it and sanded it and filed it and worked the metal as much as I thought I could before. It's that fine balance between filing it to a point, but you don't want to file it past that point and then have a chunk come off. So it's an interesting struggle with these things. It's something that takes a little patience, and you have to kind of accept the situation, if that makes sense too. It's one of those things where you have to understand what you're working with, and you can't expect the world from it. So I hit it with primer, and there were still some spots there that I thought I could do better with without risking anything. And so I did hit it with Bondo spot putty, which is always nice on these things, just to hit little areas that you need to fix. So then I sanded that out. And got just those little tiny spots filled in. It's far from perfect, but I'm happy with it. Once that part, once you get all this Bondo spot putty sanded off of there, where all that's left is the little pieces in the dents and dings, I knew what I wanted to do with this. Yep. Testors Extreme Lacquer Lime Ice. And then later with the Minwax Clear Gloss. But yep, Lime Ice. One of my favorites. People who have watched my videos before have seen Lime Ice before. And yeah, that's Citadel Lead Belcher. Because I wanted to paint the engine, and I'm not painting the entire engine with Lead Belcher. I do Lead Belcher, and then I also do some other silver paint on there. So it's a sort of a two-tone kind of engine. I didn't chrome the engine. Didn't do any chrome on the engine, but I did do some silver. So you'll see what I end up doing. I also used, as you see there, Army Painter Matte Black and a variety of paints to just detail this thing out. And tried to have a steady hand in some areas on here. And I'm realizing my hand isn't as steady as I thought it was. I wanted to put taillights on it. So I took some rhinestones, hit those with the Tamiya Clear Red before I stuck them on the casting. I thought that would be the best way to have them be a little more precise. And then to attach these, once these dry, it was just a matter of sticking them on the casting. But they're so darn small. So I took the micro crystal clear. I did not want to try CA glue on these things. That's one of the nice things about micro crystal clear is it's much more forgiving. It's easier to apply, and your nerves are a lot better when you're doing it. And then I just wet the tip of a toothpick and then picked up the rhinestones with the wet tip of the toothpick and applied them. And I think it looks pretty snazzy back there. That is Molotow chrome on the back bumper, but I do end up clearing over that in a way to deaden it a little, rather than putting it on last. And then I added some detail with toothpicks, and I use some, you'll see some gauges on the dash that I use paint pins on. And then the Vallejo Model Air tire black, I used to go over the tires on this because, like I said, they were pretty rough. And I think the tire blacks gives a better realistic look. Scuderia 73 had these little moon head caps in one of their tire packs. So I put those on the wheels using CA glue and then micro crystal clear to put one on the spare tire just to make it match. And that's about it. So there you have where we started. A basic blue beat to hell Tootsie toy. The kind of thing Oppo would start with so many times and turn them into something remarkable. Here's where this one ended up. I'm pretty darn happy with it. I really like the baby moon hubcaps. Oddly enough, and that truly was a last minute thought. I knew I wanted to do something over the axle ends and the wheels there. I wanted it to look better. And I think they came across pretty well. So thanks to the Diecast International Builders for hosting this event and allowing us all to celebrate Opa and celebrate with them. He was one of the members of their group. And we're going to miss him. So I hope you like this build. And there's some glamour shots coming up. And this was a good build. I had a good time doing it. I'm very happy with the results. I hope you like the results too. Please check out all of the other builds in this event. And everybody stay safe and healthy out there. And catch you in the next one. God bless you, my friend.